Legitimate political discourse. This is where the shark has finally been jumped. Legitimate political discourse. This is what we're told was going on at our nation's capital on January 6, 2021. Legitimate political discourse. No, that wasn't a riot. It wasn't an armed insurrection. It wasn't an attempt to illegally overturn an election and illegally overthrow the government of the United States. No, it was legitimate political discourse. And these are the grounds that people in the GOP are trying to excommunicate two of the only honest people in their party, in Adam Kinzinger and Lynn Cheney. And they're trying to get rid of them, and they're censuring them. Can anybody not see how completely untethered this is? This is the point where any reasonable person of goodwill has to say enough. Yes, I'm going to give Mike Pence some credit yesterday. He was forced into a position where he had to be honest, but at least he was honest. And we're all happy that the first full human transplant of a human spine was successful, and we wish him well. He says Trump was wrong. Yeah, water is wet, and the sun's coming up in the east right now. Can you not see how diabolical this was? Can you not see how completely untethered? Can you not see how completely insane? Yes, there was an attempt to steal the election. And it was by Donald J. Trump, and the documentation is there. But it was so diabolical that before doing that, he spent months before the election accusing the other side of trying to steal an election that had not happened yet. And if there was a problem, how did all those down ballot Republicans win? You ever thought about that? I just don't see why the Republican Party is doing this to itself. We need a strong Republican Party, and we need a conservative party that is grounded in fact and intellect. Remember when the GOP used to, for the most part, rightly call itself the party of ideas? There are no ideas here. There's just reflex here. There's just spasm here. They're slugs. What are they for? All they want to do is hate the people they hate, and the allies are anybody who hates the same people they hate. That's a platform? That's an idea? That's an agenda? That's Americanism? This is the antithesis of America. At this point, you folks who have been Trump supporters, GOPs, how do you want to put it? Okay, I know you're just trying to save face right now. Here's how you can save face. Grow up. Man up. Woman up. This is ridiculous. This is not America. This is cleaving us in half. Yeah, there are abuses coming from every point on the compass, but let's don't act like they're all equal right now. The overwhelming majority of insanity is coming. I'm not even going to call it the Republican Party or the GOP anymore. It's coming from the cult. Now, the National Football League. They just can't stand prosperity. Think about it. This ought to be a great period for the NFL. We've had a wonderful season. We've got really, I think, a good Super Bowl matchup. The future looks so bright because we have so many top-flight young quarterbacks. Tom Brady's retired. They're not going to miss a beat. If Aaron Rodgers retires, they're not going to miss a beat. These ought to really be good times. And they just can't stand prosperity. Between what's going on with minority hiring practices and the abuse, the sham that is the Rooney Rule, and now what's going on in Washington, they can change their name, they can change their uniforms, but they can't change their stink. And the NFL is not being transparent, and to some degree is trying to cover this up. Go over to the sports blog at radicallyrational.com. And here's the thing, I'm not proud of this. I'd like to get into it, but right now, the Winter Olympics, they're leaving me cold. We are radically rational.